Hey, what is happening? It's Adam West of Smart Transportation Division. Today we're going to be looking at the engineer guarantee statement using either the Crew Web tool or the Crew Life tool. Both function the same, but slightly different in appearance and layouts. I recommend reviewing the guarantee statement after payroll has been finalized, which is usually the Tuesday afternoon following payday. Personally, I find it easier to use my home computer and a web browser to access the Crew Web tool by typing in newcrew.csx.com, but this tool can also be accessed on your tablet by using the Trip Optimizer exception button. The Crew Web tool does host the Trip Optimizer exception button, the CAPS employees detail, hours of service tour or summary, and the guarantee view. Likewise, the Crew Life tool can be accessed at home on a browser by typing in crewlife.csx.com or using the Crew Life icon on the tablet, going over to the Guarantee tab and selecting the Guarantee view. All right, let's get into it. Going to start off using the Crew Web tool. We're going to go up to the Guarantee tab, to the Employee Guarantee view. The pay period ending should default to the previous pay period if you were sitting on a guaranteed extra board. Guarantee liability is determined on either two conditions. The first condition is that you sat on the guaranteed extra board for 2 weeks as a half. Your biweekly rate here will match the guarantee liability rate listed here. If you were not sitting on the guaranteed extra board for the 2 solid weeks, let's say you only held it for 1 single week, you had no rest days, you would be available for 7 of those 14 days. And you take the 7 times the daily rate to equal your guarantee liability. And for the next example, we're going to use the Crew Life tool for holding down 1 week, but had 2 rest days. So it made me available for only 5 days. So take the 5 times the daily rate to get your guarantee liability. Next is the remarks column. The remarks column should be empty. If you see estimate in your remarks column, that means that there's a deadhead, a time ticket, a claim, or an hours of service that has not been completed. In the example in front of us, on 8/26, I see an estimate written in the column, estimated amount of earnings taken away from my guaranteed liability. Looking over here, I see that it was most likely the deadhead after the end of the temporary vacancy out of Monon. This means that I either didn't complete my deadhead ticket or I did not complete my hours of service. Once I fix my hours of service or the deadhead ticket, comments should be entered in here by payroll stating that the estimate has been removed and the actual earnings. And they'll update the total guaranteed paid down here, if any. Step 3, the penalties column. The penalties column should contain zeros from top to bottom unless a layoff of a non-compensated reason was utilized. SSA Article 82A-9 provides that engineers marking off for any non-compensated reason will hold their turn on the board and will not have their guarantee reduced if marked up before their turn is called. On January 3rd, I laid off union business to make sure that I can attend the January 4th union meeting, and I marked up before my turn suffered any lost work, therefore no guarantee affected. Item 10 provides Engineers on other than scheduled rest days who miss a call or are unavailable to protect their turn when it is called will have their biweekly guarantee reduced by 1/14th on Monday through Thursday and 1/2 on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The guarantee will only be reduced one time for each 24-hour period. The first 24-hour period will commence with the first missed call. If the engineer marks up before his turn is called in the second 24-hour period, there will be no additional reductions to his guarantee. The letter interpretation for 82 provides that demand day and drop turn will cost 1/14th of the guarantee, regardless of day of week. That letter of interpretation did not mention personal business, so personal business days will continue to be 1/14th Monday through Thursday, 1/2 Friday, Saturday, a Sunday. On December 31st, a Friday, I used a demand day off. Letter interpretation provides that that will be 1/14th of the biweekly guarantee rate as a penalty. If this would have been a sick layoff, that would have been half of this biweekly rate as a penalty. Step 4, earnings. Earnings such as overtime, held away, trip rates, lonesome pay, daily vacation days, personal leave days, and other regular earnings are going to be shown totaled per calendar day in the earnings column. The way I double check this is I pick a date. We're going to use April 15th as our example. And we're going to go to the earnings statement. And here we got April 15th highlighted. We got the holiday pay, which is a regular earning, 144.10. That next field is a code 57 guarantee. We ignore that. The next field's regular pay for working the assignment, 288.20. The engineer's lonesome pay, 346. And the card carrying pay of $5. Added together will equal 440.76. What you should not find in the earnings field are penalty claims. Penalty claims such as code 75s, YWs, RAs, code 41s, and other type of penalty claims go above and beyond guarantee and not against guarantee. There's a correction here that I had to call in about to payroll. On April 12th, I attended a clean sweep while on my rest day. You see here that the amount that I earned for that date was taken against the guarantee amount due, bringing the total down to 8/20/21. I called in and they found that 412 went above my guarantee. This blue field here, you see that they corrected it by going back up to $1,105.53. Then they updated this total guarantee paid field. Notice that the guarantee paid up here didn't change because this top line is frozen after guarantee statement is produced. SSA Article 82A11 provides that engineers receiving compensation on a rest day will not have such compensation included in his earnings for that pay period, since he is not considered available, thus does not receive guarantee for the day. The earnings column, unless after payroll has closed, should equal the earnings up here. If pay is reported after payroll is closed, then this field will be locked and your comment section and your total guarantee paid will be the only thing that changes. The final step, putting it all together. We determined our guarantee liability by the number of days assigned and available on the guaranteed extra board. We reviewed a remarks column to make sure that there's nothing in it, and if there is any estimates in the remarks columns, to fix those problems. We reviewed the penalties column to make sure that there's zeros from top to bottom unless a layoff was utilized. Then we double check that layoff against the day of the week to make sure the amount of penalties is correct. We double check our earning statements from the T&E daily earning statement to make sure that the earnings column is correct. Again, do not use old claims or penalty claims. And then we wrap it all together by starting off with the guarantee liability and subtracting any earnings or penalties. And at the end of the half, if there's liability left over, you should see that pay on the last Friday of the earnings statement under code 57 listed as guarantee. If you find that the penalties and earnings leaves you with no liability left over, you've beaten guarantee and you keep all the earnings that you earned for that half. And that is how to review the engineer guarantee statements. Hit the like button if this video was helpful. Stay tuned in and subscribe to be notified when new videos come out. Check out this next video on earning statements. This is Adam West of Smart Transportation Division. Thank you for watching.